The other thing that is you see quite a bit in loading events are kegs. You see kegs quite a bit. From what I understand, that keg is around 250 pounds. And I'm kind of tired, but I'll try one motion. I'll do what Dave's talking about.
Wayne is the king of one motion. He's just got a lot of
He's
strength.
efficient.
A lot of strength.
Cuts down a lot of movement.
This is 100% raw brute power. There's absolutely no technique involved. What I'm going to do, I'm not going to lap the keg. I'm going to go from the floor up high. Let's make it higher.
Raise it
More
more.
of a challenge.
And you'll see a lot of times that kegs are typically used in a staggered fashion. You're picking your kegs back to your platform. You're actually picking your keg up, run with the keg. Test your glutes, hips. And then when you get to the platform, you have to load the keg. So the last contest I competed in, they had 6 kegs. They started out at 175, the keg filled with water. That one was about 15 to 20 feet. That's what you want. And then you had to run up, grab that one, run back to another keg, then they got progressively heavier. The last keg you filled with concrete. So you had to pick that one up. That was a 300-pound keg and load that onto a 48-inch box.
You want it, you got it.
So that one came down to conditioning and speed. Luckily in that event, there were guys that couldn't even load all the kegs. So you just had to be fast through the first, I think the 3rd place competitor didn't even finish the 4th keg. He was just quickly through the first
Jeremy,
few
weigh
with good
this?
agility.
It's got to be over 250.
Nice. Watch the view. What's tough about the kegs? What'd you fill this with?
It's full of sand, lead, and water.
So sand, lead, and water. So it's not a very centered weight. It'll slosh around on you. So if it starts going, it'll take you with it.
Strongman is a pretty interesting sport because you get a mix of power lifters, you get Olympic lifters, you get former football players, other athletes, and it really comes down to a combination of strength, speed, and endurance. So it's not just brute strength like Wayne has.
Pretty much all of them are idiots.
See that thing careening down the street, you don't want to get near it. Run.
So much I carry it. Or you might feel it.
I'll try to do it very explosive.
The other way
I
to
only
do it-
have one method, and I just explode with it because I don't have the brute strength that Wayne has. So I try to use my speed. You know, and if I can get through the tough part of the lift, you know, it's like right about here. If I can get through that from the bottom, if I can get a lot of speed from the bottom and get through that portion, it's a lot easier. That's the goal, is to get so much speed going that you carry through your sticking point. And this will carry over to lifting also, same principle.
Now you're going to see Dave, he's going to lap it. He's going to use his hips to drive through it. Now he's going to pop his hips through in one motion.
Nice.
It is heavy.
Yeah, you're gonna have to paint some new numbers on there.
Yeah, I don't think that 200's accurate.
Heavy with you. They'll sometimes also do a keg carry for distance in some events. That's similar to the Husafel stone carry, and that one's just going to test your conditioning, your leg power. That one's great for athletes too because you become fatigued halfway through and you learn how to breathe properly, moving under load. So for somebody like a football player that has to have a lot of repetition and constantly drain their legs, that'll teach you the mental toughness to keep going when you get tired.
Any of these things that you carry in front of you, it's not real centered. It's so far in front of you. It's supported mostly by your quads. So when you get to the end of that, 50 feet or wherever you're running, quads are just on fire. And then they get to that 50 feet, and then if you have to start loading it, forget about it.
Yeah, you see some pretty interesting techniques at the end of the strongman contest.
Some guys will actually, if there's a keg carry and load, they'll actually walk backwards. You're walking backwards using more of your hamstrings. Then they'll turn around, they'll load it with their quads.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. A lot of guys that do strongman to train for sports will do medleys, where they'll do something like a tire flip for explosiveness, and the keg carry for leg endurance, and then they may finish off with something like a trap bar deadlift or a different lift to just help them, really fatigue the muscle at the end.
You get tired.
Which, yeah, that'd be.
Wonder why.
Anybody have any questions?
Anybody want to try something real light? We have a 115-pound sandbag that I think most of the people in here could probably load. If anyone wants to give it a shot, it's easy. You won't get hurt. We'll stand behind you.
Any
and spot
takers?
you.
Yeah, Zach.
Does anybody want to try picking up the keg?
I'll move this up.
No, you Danny. You're the man. You're the man.
You remember our last experience with kegs?
In the rain.
Try that.
Yeah, we'll lower that.
Just
I don't even know the more.
yeah, you can see it.
Let's see here.
Let's see.
Can you move that pin? Move that pin.
Not two, or I just went down.
Careful.
You told me to see if I could laugh it.
There's a hole.
Everybody else was still there. You didn't tell me
Middle
that.
of the floor, brain surgeon?
Hey, let's go down one more. It's still three.
Yes, I did.
She laughs it off. Boom! It rolled it.
Try that one. Hopefully I can get it because I'm not warmed up or anything.
Let me know.
I might not know
Don't
that.
think about it. Don't think about it. Don't think about it.
I was thinking about dropping it.
Come on, baby.
Come on.
That's best. Very good.
Let's go, Chris.
Sit down, baby.
Sit down.
Sit down.
Sit down. Over the top.
Roll it up your body.
Over the top. Over the top. Come on. Go. Just pull your hips. Pull
Go,
the
go,
top.
go, go!
Watch out. Watch out.
There we go.
Good try.
That's close.
Got it.
That was like right there. Yeah, you gotta bring it in. Roll it. You were still down here. You gotta
Yeah, you
bring it as
round
close
it.
as you can. Get it? Take a minute.
The hard part you actually do.
Yeah, you did the hardest part.
You just need to drive your hips through a little bit.
Go.
Take a minute. Take a minute.
This exercise is great if you ever have to help somebody move a TV. When you pull it in the road. Unfortunately, I get caught helping all my friends move because of that. So, you always got fake injuries. Tape your arm up. Oh, man.
Tighten your lap. You can do it. Find the center. You know what?
Sit, baby, sit.
Over the top. Over the top. Now drive through.
Big front squat now.
Drive through.
Hop up, baby.
Big front squat.
Oh, so right there.